Hello and welcome to Fireside Sounds with myself, Marian Shanley West. As you can see, I have my nice cup of tea ready for a sip, and I'm thinking about talking to some amazing people tonight. First off, I have to say it's been a lovely day in Ireland and I'm looking forward to a hopefully nice day tomorrow. But this evening is turning out to be something special as well, because I have some wonderful guests lined up ahead of us. I'm going to introduce you now to two wonderful women who have come up with a fabulous idea. If you're thinking of getting married or if you're about to propose, this is something you should be listening to right now. Beside me I have Elaine Smith, how are you? And I have Bláithín O'Reilly Murphy. I got it right, didn't I? Hello girls.
How are you?
You're very welcome. Did you get your cup of tea yet?
Yeah, lovely, thank you.
Great stuff. Now, tell me about this. Win Our Wedding.
Yeah, it's a national wedding competition. So we've got €20,000 in every county in Ireland. It's a wedding package which brides and grooms can choose every aspect of the wedding themselves. So they're not tied to any venue or any suppliers. We also have a special prize for couples abroad that can win a 20,000 wedding again, but then they can have up to €15,000 for flights home for themselves and their families.
That's just amazing. Listen, I think we have a little poster here. We can have a look at what you're advertising and what you're about to do. We'll just have a pick and see. Now, this is what's on offer, isn't it? You've 20,000 to be won for couples living abroad.
Yes.
20,000 to be won in every county in Ireland. My goodness, that's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What are you planning on doing? How will you organise it all? Have you a team of people beside you, or is it just yourselves?
We have, Bláithín and myself, and then there's David and Jessie. So there's four of us all together.
Great stuff.
The main work, I guess, once the votes start to come in, it'll be fairly quiet, and then after that, it's when we start to pay out, suppliers, because we'll pay the suppliers.
Brilliant.
So the bride and groom will go away and organise everything with the venue, etc., and then send us the bill, and that's
fantastic. So Bláithín, what's your involvement here? You're a wedding planner, if I'm right.
I am. I'm a wedding planner. Well, I have a very small role compared to Elaine in this whole process. I look after sort of the blog on the Win Our Wedding website. Okay. So great tips and advice on how to plan a wedding, what to do, so that when you do get your hands on that great cash prize, you'll know exactly what to do with it. We also host, or we've just started hosting, a weekly Facebook party on the Win Our Wedding Facebook page, which gives brides, grooms and indeed wedding suppliers the opportunity to ask any questions about the competition, and I also share some great wedding planning tips and advice. And the suppliers who are on board already, as part of the competition, every entrant gets a WOW discount card that's full of great discounts and offers from a whole host of different suppliers. So like that, each of the suppliers comes on at a different Facebook party just to chat about their offer, their services, and give advice then to couples as well. So they're a great success. And the girls, we do spot prizes as well at the parties. So not only have you a chance of a 1 in 100 chance of winning €20,000 per county.
Can I get one of these if I'm not getting married? Is this like freebie?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this like designer shoes and clothes? I have none already, but I could do with
that. That's a freebie, yeah.
That's a great idea. So anybody who goes on, give me your contact details for it. It's on Facebook, isn't it?
It's Facebook, and then it's Win Our Wedding on Facebook. We're on Twitter, again, at Win Our Wedding. Yeah. And then online, winourwedding.ie.
Okay, so there's no limitations whatsoever.
No.
Now you're
the
just
only
getting married.
Stipulations are that the weddings must be in Ireland.
Okay,
and
that's it.
The suppliers must be professional full-time wedding suppliers. They're the only two stipulations. Other than that, it's free reign.
So how's it been? Has there been much of a response so far?
It's been good. We only launched on the 11th of January, so far we have up to 80 people registered, so it's a good start.
That's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, Facebook then we have 850 likes, which is quite good for
really good.
Just over a month, and Twitter is going well. Great. And then the party last night was absolutely great. We had a great response. That was our first party, so that was good.
So all they need to do is contact you on Facebook. Is that the first thing they do?
Or on the website.
On the website, brilliant.
On the website,
okay.
Yeah.
And you'll be there, Bláithín, manning everything that happens. Is that your
actually,
baby?
Elaine is the administrator. Yes, she looks after all of the the competition. So log on to winourwedding.ie to register for the competition. It's €10 to register.
And then for that €10, couples get 20 votes to start them off, and they also get the discount card. So we've got, so far, we've 58 suppliers, and that'll grow then as we go forward.
Homegrown people. That's
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
brilliant. So listen, you were saying about votes. Tell me how that works. So you €10 to
Yeah,
join, and then you have your family, your friends,
Yes.
everybody who loves it, all your
Yeah.
guests basically. So
Yeah.
that's what, 500 or 120
Yes,
depending.
yeah, that
Okay.
would be that's would be exactly the way to get votes. It's a
Great.
good idea.
Yeah.
The votes are by text. It's 150, which is pretty standard for text voting. Then for the couples abroad, it's harder with the text vote. It doesn't work. So that's go through the website. So
Okay.
it's $2.50 for 3 votes and €5 for 6 votes, and that's it then.
Super. So essentially what you're saying, instead of a wedding gift, what you could do is you could give a wonderful gift of the wedding being paid for the people that you love, which is a really good idea. And instead of spending quite a lot of money on an outrageous present that they might return into a shop, you could actually just give a simple vote. And the way to do it is to get online and contact these guys, because it's a great idea, because there's a couple out there that you might know right now that might have a wonderful day out on the back of something as good as this. And you know what, I think it's a great idea because, you know, I think if we all support each other and help each other, there's no reason why you can't have that wonderful dream day
Absolutely.
of a wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The chances of winning are, the maximum is 100 to 1 in every county. So there's only
Wow.
100 couples allowed to enter.
Okay.
And then the minimum is 25 couples.
Super. So there's a caveat on everything.
Yes.
So
There is.
brilliant stuff. Listen, guys, you know, is there anything else you need to say right now to anybody? You want to say hi to Jessie or any of them on the camera? You better give them a wave. They might be upset they didn't get their luck in.
Okay.
It's lovely having
Thank
you in
you very
studio,
much.
and you know, it sounds like a wonderful idea. If I
Yeah.
was getting married, I'd definitely go and get involved in it. And it is a wonderful thing to be able to do in Ireland these days, especially to support everything that's happening and that's grown,
Yes.
homegrown as well. So
Yeah.
well done. I'm looking
Thank
forward
you,
to
Marian.
hearing how it goes. Will you come back and tell me what's been going
Yes,
on?
would
And
love to.
maybe bring the bride and groom in for a chat or something.
Yeah,
That'd be a
that'd
nice
great.
idea.
Yeah,
Great
that's
stuff.
a good idea.
Well, in the meantime, I think we're actually going to go for a little ad break now, and I'm going to come back to a very special guest next after this.
I'm Gavin Duffy, and I'm saying watch cavintv.com. It's a great opportunity to see some great programs, and you can watch it all around the globe via the internet and on many platforms. I watch it myself. Great stuff.
How excited am I to have somebody tremendously interesting and exciting in the music industry right now. I'm joined in studio by Mr. Keith Garrity. How are you doing?
Great.
Great to have you here.
That's great to be here.
Listen here, you're a mover and shaker, aren't you? There's a load going on for you at the moment. It's exciting times. You've done something quite interesting with your music by associating and involving yourself in a new sort of progression, which I would call the holistic journey in the music industry. Tell me about Yana, the new single.
Well, the new single is coming apart. It's
Coming Apart, sorry.
Coming Apart. It's but what's happened is we wrote that song initially. Basically, 3 of the lads of friends of Emmett live in LA. 2 of us live here. We
Yes.
used to be in a band called The Cage, and we were based in Hollywood in the mid to late 90s. We were all I was only 21 at the time. It was just it was a pressure cooker.
Okay.
You know, we'd no money. We were 5 of us living in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was
As the Irish did.
Yeah. But we were chasing that record deal, and anyway, things got too much. At the time, I had 1 child here at home, so it was just too much pressure.
Yeah.
So we broke up, and about 3-4 years ago, we got a phone call from a guy who wanted to put the band back together. So we did. We made the phone calls. We started writing songs over the internet, and we sent music for the song Coming Apart to Mark in LA, who's the singer. He basically, he couldn't get words to this song for weeks until he came across a movie called The Bridge, which was which was done by Eric Steele. And basically what it is there's cameras set around the Golden Gate Bridge, and unfortunately they're filming people in distress walking up and down, and
which is quite common there, isn't it?
It's
a hot
3,000
spot.
people have done it to date, you know. And as the reason Eric was doing it, he interviewed family and friends of the poor individuals who had succeeded, and he wanted to know why were they in such a devastated state that they had to go to the extremes. But he came across one young man who survived, and now that's a 4 to 7 second drop, 120 mile an hour, you know, hit the water. But this young man, Kevin Hines, told his story. And when Mark heard his story, he hopped up straight away and put pen to paper and wrote the song Coming Apart about Kevin. So then when we were shooting a video for the song, again, we're an independent band, so we were struggling financially to do it. So a bunch of students from UCLA heard what we were trying to do, and they volunteered their time. And then Kevin Hines came down from, now I'll explain, Kevin, when he leaped off that bridge, broke his back, everything. His splinters just missed his heart by millimetres.
And is it water or concrete? What are we talking about? Water.
Water.
Full on.
But it may as well be concrete.
Okay, and the drop is how far, would you say?
It's a 4 to 7 second drop. So,
oh my goodness, so...
You know, it's like hitting the middle of the road.
Okay, so it is concrete really, when your body hits it. Okay.
But the thing about it was, Kevin had made a pact that when he was going out to the bridge that day, Kevin suffers from 1st degree bipolar, still on medication. He made a pact that if anybody came up to him within that period of time, that he would tell them what was going on. But he stood on that bridge for 40 minutes in floods of tears, and nobody came up to him. Only a German tourist asked, would he take her photograph? And he says, well, madam, I'm going to jump the bridge, but if you want me to take your photo, I will. Took a photograph, handed it back to camera, says, have a good day, and leaped. But realised once he let go of the rail that he had made a mistake, and threw his head back, and his backside and his heels of his feet hit the water. He went 50 feet down, as I said, broke his back, splinters just missed his heart. When he got up to the top of the water to get some air, he couldn't call for help because his vocal cords were destroyed. But a seal got underneath him and swam around him and bobbed him until the rescue boat came. And there's actual photograph of the rescue team pulling him in and the seal checking. He was like a rag doll, and the seal checking, and then swam off. Now again, nobody can turn around and say that wasn't God giving him a dig out, you know.
A guardian angel, whatever was going on there.
So we, again, when Mark heard that story, he wrote the song. I went to meet Kevin in LA. He came down from San Francisco. When we were shooting the video, we had tried to get everybody from Kiefer Sutherland we had contacted them all to be in it, and then Kiefer was very hard to tie down, so Kevin said he wanted to be a part of the video. So the students from UCLA came along, Jackie Nagan from the movie Freedom Riders came along, and everybody basically volunteered their time for free. So the video for Coming Apart cost $2,000, which is up on the band's website, friendsofemmett.com.
That's the most amazing video because it looks like it has a high resolution, it looks like it's quality, a Hollywood standard. $2,000.
$2,000, and the guy in the white shirt is Kevin Hines, who he wrote the song about.
Is it really?
And he, even though he broke his back and everything, he runs 8 miles a day. And we've gone on tours with him in the States to colleges and stuff, because back to what you mentioned about the YANA and the YANA is that schools in the States, in Canada and now in Ireland, 2 schools have taken on that they've adopted the song and put together their own videos. And
that's where I'm getting that from, because I've seen it so many times and I have it written in invisible ink on my wrist, because they did something very powerful, didn't they, on all the wrists?
They did.
And they put them to the camera.
And you know, and again, they've done it in 2 schools here in Ireland now as well, which is great. We'd love to see it spread into all schools.
Well, hold on, Keith. You say it into that camera there and you put that request out to the schools, because I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's time. You know, the best thing that people can do is look out for each other in this world, and that's what the YNA videos are all about. It's you are never alone. A huge problem that's going on with the bullying and with suicide and stuff like that is people aren't looking out for each other.
Here.
You know, I've experienced it firsthand, so I know that it's very, very important. It mightn't mean an awful lot to you, as in to reach out to somebody or give them a call, but it could mean the world to them. You know,
that's wonderful.
And I mean that.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference. So if there is a school out there, or if you're somebody just tuning in tonight and you have children in school, I think it's a wonderful thing. Check out Friends of Emmett. and go onto their page, onto Facebook. There's a lot of connections, and if you YouTube, you can find their video as well. It's a very powerful message, and as Keith has said, we do need to work together, and I think it's a wonderful message, and I think what you've all done is powerful, because change has to happen, and it only happens if we make changes within ourselves first.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's for a long period of time there, people were, as I said, even at the bridge when Kevin stood there for 40 minutes in floods of tears, nobody came up to him. Now, I wouldn't pass somebody who was in floods of tears on the Golden Gate Bridge. I would ask them, I would reach out and make sure they were okay. And that's what we need to start it. But what we need to do really is the younger generation need to start it. You need to lose this stigma that's associated with depression, with you know, all of that. You know, when I was a kid growing up, I remember my mom used to stay in bed for 3/4 of the day, and I just thought she was very tired. I didn't realise she was suffering from depression. You know, a lot of people in this country suffer from depression, but it's, you know, there's ways of dealing with it, and the most important thing is others, you know, reaching out.
A little bit of kindness, Keith.
I'm a big believer in kindness, absolutely.
It
So the song itself is available on iTunes, and what we'd like to do is ask as many people as possible to download it, to give us the platform that we can speak from and speak for those who can't speak, you know, who can't get out there and have a voice, and get that message of you are never alone out there.
Well, I agree. Listen, we have the video lined up here, and I think it would be a really, really good idea to play it and let you guys see what we're talking about. I would love to have Keith in studio again and again and again, and we could talk a little bit more. But for today, this is it for today. But we're going to play this video because I think you're going to see what he's talking about. And please, download this off iTunes. Seriously, do tonight.
There's another way out of this hole, another way out of this hell. When you're trying so hard to hold on, trying so hard to be well. There was a voice in your head said, hold on, there might be an easier way. There's a chance that you might beat the swell, a chance that you might beat the waves. It's the morning light glows on the bay, the Greyhound bus leaves for the pier, and the people you pass on the way speak a language that isn't so clear. If only somebody could see, if only somebody could say, well, there might be a chance for you here, a chance for a life to be saved. Coming apart at the sea, holding on tight to the rail, when you're losing your side of the dream.
Okay, so you've had a good look at that. I think you're going to know exactly what Keith Garrity was talking about. Go and Google straight away now, after my show, obviously, because you don't want to miss the next part, Friends of Emmett. But I'm joined in studio by some very hunky guys indeed, who will be leaving our wonderful Emerald Isle very soon to pursue their musical career. They're laughing at me here, but listen here, I have on off in studio. Hi guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
It's great to have you here. Listen, you're a bit excited about this journey going abroad to big America.
Yeah.
What's been going on?
Well, we have to keep it quiet at the moment because we've no visa, so start again.
Won't say anything.
We can't wait.
Like a million other Irish, maybe.
Can't wait.
No,
Can't wait.
obviously not.
I can't wait.
What are your plans? What would you like to do? You've been gigging in Ireland for how many years now?
We haven't done a gig in Ireland in about 8 months.
Okay, but before that you've been
Too long.
as a band.
Probably.
Okay, too long. So you're only like together a few years, really.
We're together about 10 years.
Well, there you go. So 10 years. That's a lot of
Too long.
gigging in Ireland.
Like,
Whether it's in a room or it's actually in a venue, it's
well,
still.
we gig in Europe. Like we don't gig in
Brilliant.
Ireland. Germany, well, most famous in Germany. So.
Brilliant.
But that's where most of our work is, you know.
Great.
But
Hell of a lot bigger than Ireland.
Yes, well, it can be. You know what? Germany's a good place to do music, I think, at the moment, and it seems to be hopping too for a lot of bands to go over there. But America's a big
Germany.
step, isn't it?
Yeah.
What
well,
led you there? What's the big plan? Could I ask?
The
Or is it
biggest,
secret?
busiest music industry in the world.
Brilliant.
So
And
that's
where are you
why-
going exactly?
San Francisco.
Okay, so you're going to base yourself there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to put yourself out and around as well, as much as
We
possible.
basically just gig all across the West Coast,
Okay,
backing up.
brilliant.
So that's where we plan to be. Like, you know, we'll eventually try and walk in the East Coast, New York and all
Okay.
that stuff, but we'll concentrate in the
We're going
West.
to go up to Canada too.
Great, good move.
Fine,
Canada
everyone.
is a hopping spot too
But
as well.
the Irish
so
are everywhere, so
They are.
we're going to go and meet the Irish wherever they are in the world.
Great.
They'll find ya.
And do you have pre-booked gigs already? You're just going to wing it and go with your spirit
No,
and
we
find
have-
where you can
We
play
have a
again?
couple of booking agents that are basically our project is to get us so much at the point now where we're shopping to people, like giving them the opportunity to get us the right things, and we're giving them trial periods. Like we're in contact with 3 bookers at the moment, so
Okay,
basically we're looking at them and saying, like we did with our agents out in Europe, you know, you can book us, you can have us for 30 days, you get us 10 to 20 shows, and if they work, we know how to operate in the show. We have our merchandise, our CDs, we do a great live show too, so
Yeah.
we know how to work it, so we do our job right, they do their job right, we commit.
Great.
So it's just about getting out there. Same with Europe, like we've done about 8 or 9 headline tours around Europe, and always a success. We've done a headline tour of festivals out there.
Really?
You know, we've played in front of 16,000 people. We've headlined a festival in the south of Germany in front of 20,000 people. You know, here in Ireland, they exist, but you don't get paid for it.
okay.
So
It's a different thing
this is a
completely.
job
Yeah.
for us. So we're going to America to try and create a career for
for
ourselves,
you.
not to just.
So
Hey,
li-
we're going to America. Look at us, you know.
So listen, right, if there's some young bands that are just starting off the blocks there, and you were to say, here's the best place, we had a brilliant time and here are the festivals we would recommend, where would you say? Stevie, what would you say?
In Ireland or in
Yeah,
Europe?
in Europe. Say we're going Europe now. What was your favourite if you were to look back and you had a festival that you can remember, possibly?
The Pink Pop was one of the most memorable
Holland.
in Holland.
Holland,
That-
right.
That was mental.
Is that a summer one? Or?
Summer festival,
Okay.
like, you know.
Pink
and
Pop is like
So the Pink Pop,
oxygen.
that's one.
Yeah.
Right.
Scotland's oxygen. Pink
Oh,
Pop.
We
Brilliant.
played that festival that Paulie's talking about in the south of Germany. It's called Krakenbach. Now,
Okay.
the reason why we remember that so well was, first of all, because we headlined it. It was a great experience. But second of all, when we came back the next day to get our equipment, the whole festival had disappeared. Because the way it is over in Germany, when you get a ticket, you get your patch, and you get it for cheaper if you clean up after you by a certain time.
Oh.
And we came
I
back.
have to take my coat off. It's
Yeah.
really warm. I just have to say that.
It's that fire.
It's an excuse to get the muscles out. You know?
There you go.
Get the muscles out.
So that was a good one, the Pink Pop, right? And if you were to pick a venue in England, top venue that you would recommend the Irish boys to travel over to and say, right,
If you were lucky enough to play
London.
the London Astoria,
Is Camden
if
good?
you're lucky enough to play there.
Camden.
Camden.
HMV
Yeah.
form's pretty good actually.
Which
HMV form.
he's played a lot of
Yeah,
shows.
Paul, you've
Dave.
Dave.
Oh, Dave, sorry,
I played
Dave.
on HMV form. Good crowd, good capacity crowd. Yeah.
Really?
Really cool. Yeah.
So,
Leeds.
young bands
I
listening
love
now,
Leeds.
these are the good spots. Leeds.
Yeah.
What's in Leeds?
Great. Well, they have a place called the Irish Centre in Leeds. they know how to party.
So did
in
you
that
like
place.
hook in through the Irish boys that way and got your gigs that way, or did you kind of open it up? It didn't matter where you played.
Well, the Irish thing
Does it help?
but
Yeah,
it does help,
yeah.
but
But you still did your own thing as well. It's nice to get away sometimes too.
But we've
isn't it?
never we've never had a label or management.
I saw that in your bio. No
Like,
managers,
it's not that we
no
don't
labels.
want them.
No.
Come on. Bring
So if there's
the
any
offers.
managers out there, any PR, any promos, any music
well,
record
don't make us
industry
seem
people.
desperate. We're not desperate.
No, but you know what? You never get if you don't ask. That's
Yeah,
one thing
no,
I
true,
know.
that's true,
And I
that's
think,
true.
you have to put it out there. And sometimes it can be the smallest thing or the biggest suggestion or the biggest, it doesn't matter what way you do it. So if your boys are looking for change. And listen, if there are people over there in the States and these boys are coming over, give them a hand. If you're watching this now tonight, listen and watch out for on-off, because these boys are worth getting in and playing a few gigs over there as well. And they do like their tea, which is always a bonus. Come here, we're going to go to a video here and we'll watch a little bit of you boys performing. I think it'd be a good idea.
Here's a cup over there, look.
What?
Yeah, you feel left out.
We're getting a bit rowdy in the studio.
Yeah,
I would love to go to a
pour some
video.
in there.
But see what happens. This is rock and roll live
Fake,
television.
it's fake.
It's always
Come here,
worth
it's
it.
posted. I'm under pressure here.
Oh, look, it's this lovely Fireside sound. You can't leave.
What song
You
are you
guys.
going to play?
Listen, I think we just go to one of the videos and see what comes up. And
Come here,
have
we
a,
finished after this, so we coming back after the video.
oh, you can come back after you come back from the States. I know.
Oh.
No,
No, 'cause if I could-
after this song, no, you're definitely coming back. Oh yeah, we'll do that. Well,
Do that
we
after.
must have lost your video here, so what we're going to do is we're going to stick up the album cover and let's see, into this camera. Isn't that fantastic? Right, waiting. Oh.
There we go.
Light comes from the sun. We know it shines on everyone. Religion is so handmade, the world is man-made. I'm sure at times heavy enough. And all I see, I take in through my eyes. It comes as no big surprise. I said the future is reality, and isn't what it seems to be. I'm sure at times heavy enough. Sounds heavy. 2 blocks away. Can't believe you couldn't find the time to say goodbye. Say goodbye. I'd like to change. Second chance to take romance back into your life. Into your all I see, I take in through my eyes. It comes as no big surprise. Instead, it comes back to me, comes back to me, comes back to me. Sounds heavy.
Wow, that's the guys live. I want to hear more. Seriously, look at that. That's a sweet album cover. Come on, boys, you have to give me some more. Talk to the boys in the States if you're going over. Oh,
Come here,
excellent.
America, where's the cameras? America, we're coming. So Marian informs us, loads of Americans watching. Obama, whatever you're into. America, we're coming. I can't be president
And don't forget
because I'm
Canada.
Irish.
You might tip over to Canada if you get a chance as well, you were saying. Wouldn't that be good?
Canada,
Neil?
yeah, British Columbia, we are coming for you. And we've loads of friends in Canada that are inviting us up. We're going to play a couple of shows in Canada, but we're going to America for 3 months
Brilliant.
first, 4 months maybe.
Listen, coming back to the basics, give us all your links because we're nearly out of time. I want you to go straight into that camera so everybody can contact you.
This is Stevie.
Shout ahead. Come on, Stevie, give
This
us
is
your
not
links.
my part.
We've been
The brains of
We
the
haven't
bunch.
rehearsed.
He
for
can wrap
this.
them up so quickly. no?
Yeah. Or Dave will do it.
www.youtube.com
/
On off
On-off
news.
music
On off.
TV.
Music.
And we
TV.
have to say on-off is spelled ONOFF, no space whatsoever.
No slashes, no
Listen.
spaces,
All caps.
no
In
hyphen.
French, it's
As much
gone
as I'd
off.
like to stay and chat for the rest of the evening, we're at the end of the show and I've had great fun with the boys here. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. It's the end of Fireside Sounds. Like I said, this is going out worldwide and I'm looking forward to see these boys. And you know what? They might just Skype me all the way from
We will,
Hollywood.
we will Skype
Woohoo.
on the show.
See you next week.